Hello and welcome to my presentation on Yakima Canyon, running north to south from Ellensburg to Yakima on Highway 821. So if you look at the red line on the picture on the left of this slide, you'll see the location of the field trip that was taken, stretching from Thrall Road on the north there down to where the canyon exits out into the greater Yakima Valley at the south end. It follows the Highway 821, and the Yakima River itself is a whole lot bigger. It runs from up in the Kechilis Dam near Snoqualmie Pass southeast all the way to the Columbia River. 25 million years ago, the first lava flows began to erupt from fissures in eastern Washington, and at the time it was a nice rolling plain. For about 15 to 20 million years, the plain was flooded with lava from periods between a few days to thousands of years. They can tell that from the record in the columnar basalt and what's in between them. And the reason that there are multiple basalt layers is because of the frequency and infrequency of the events that took place. So the Yakima River established itself in between the end of the last lava flow and the beginning of the uplift of the Cascade Mountains. It was a nice meandering stream that wound its way towards the Columbia River as one of its tributaries. And as the Yakima uplift began, the rate of erosion was equal to the uplift. So what happened is it maintained its course. The course was not shifted due to uplifting too fast, and the course wasn't straightened out by the uplift being slower. So what we get is the multiple layers exposed on the sides with the course from umpty million years ago stuck in the rock right there. This sketch shows a typical columnar basalt outcropping. Each column face is about a foot wide. They show signs of mechanical weathering via thermal expansion or ice expansion and a little bit of vegetation creeping in there. There's also good evidence of chemical weathering from a little bit of dissolution here and there, lots of oxidation, and chemicals coming off of decomposing plants. The columnar basalt outcroppings ranged in height from less than a foot to larger than 10 feet. Here we see a close-up sketch of the columnar basalt. Close-up examination reveals that the fracturing is possibly caused by ice and or heat expansion. On closer inspection, examination for mineral content revealed what appeared to be sparkly gold flecks of iron pyrite distributed very evenly through the basalt. It gave it a shimmery golden look when rotated in the sun. Weathering by oxidation of the iron pyrite is also pretty evident. Where water had pooled, there were rusty patches on the surface of the rock. As you drive through the canyon, you can see that a train track parallels the highway and the river off to the western side, and at one point in the drive we noticed a white band in the hillside as we came around the corner. Looking at it from the perspective of comparing it to the train, those are full-sized boxcars down there, not flat cars or anything. So that ash band right there is pretty thick, and nobody was quite sure what it was from at the time. And looking it up online, it seems to be a layer of tephra from the eruption of Mount Mazama in Oregon about 7,000 years ago. From looking at it, you can tell that it was laid down after the majority of the folding of the hills was done, but before the erosion above it started. So it's very interesting in that it contrasts pretty heavily from all the layers around it. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. If you want to read up further on the material discussed here, you can go to the two addresses listed in the sources to get either the field trip guidebook to the natural history of Kittitas County or the geologic map of the eastern half of the Yakima quadrangle in Washington. Both of those were used as sources in addition to the photographs and drawings. Good day.